If it was so bad, why didn't you just leave? Well, let's talk about that. There are a lot of reasons why people don't leave an abusive relationship or a toxic relationship. So let's start with the fact that quite often it's because of beliefs. For me, I believed that I would be damned to hell for the rest of eternity if I left because I was taught that divorce is not an option, that even if they had committed adultery or physical abuse, that you had to reconcile. I believed that it was a sin, that if you divorce and you do not return, that you are then condemned to hell. Case in point, my ex still says this. He still says that my current marriage is not sanctified because he's married to me. Like, we're divorced. We've been divorced. And he says that I am still his wife and that I am living in sin because I'm not with him. Ask anyone who has ever talked to him since the divorce. They will verify that. So that was one reason why I didn't leave, because I genuinely believed that my eternity was at stake. Second reason why people don't leave is because of money and finances and security. Staying, if that person is your financial provider, if it's like, for instance, in my situation, he had stripped me of all means of making an income. I was not allowed to work for anyone but him. I had a job at one time and he would hover. He kept coming to my work and hovering over me, and he would call and hold up the phone lines. He was coming around to watch me and be there. He wasn't being mean. He was being observant and present and obnoxious. And nobody wanted him there, and it was disruptive to business. So I couldn't. He did that 2 places that I worked. So this was 3 years into it. It got to the point where I couldn't work, and then I had no. He wouldn't allow me to. I wanted another job. Anyway, so stripping you of your means to make money, and then removing that experience. So then if you were to get out, like, what would you do with yourself? Like, how would you survive? Also, keeping all the money from you so that you don't have your own money. They have all the access to the money. It's all theirs. They make you believe that way, especially if you're not married and they're making all the money and there's no ownership of the finances in the bank. That's another reason why people don't leave. Another reason is because of safety. They threaten you, your loved ones, your kids. If you leave, they threaten to kill themselves if you leave, and they put that guilt on you. It is either you believe that it's not safe, or it genuinely is not safe to leave. You have to have help in those cases. So do not try to do that on your own. Please seek help if you are in that type of situation. Like for me, I believed that it wasn't so much physical safety that I was afraid of as it was like the mental and emotional guilt that was placed on me. So for me, safety wasn't as much of an issue, but I know that for thousands of women, it is. And then another reason is because it's not always bad. The cycle of abuse creates situations where you forget the abuse. I know it sounds absolutely bonkers to believe that or hear that, but the cycle of abuse starts with love bombing, where they do things really, really nice. They give you gifts. They're good to you. They shower you with compliments and adoration, or they make it like you. Why on earth would I leave this? They make it amazing. And then they start to build tension using any ammo that they can find to start nitpicking or creating scenarios where they can attack you. It's not bad yet, but something is off. Tension is building. When you get used to it, you start to realize we're about to have a blowout. So the tension is building. There's the incident, whatever that might be. And sometimes these come rapid, and sometimes these go like it could be months or a year or more. So then there's the incident, the blow up, the fight, the thing that is the active, very, very active, like overt abuse. On the heels of that, they may apologize that, I'm sorry you thought I was doing this, or sorry that you felt that way. They're not apologizing for their actions, but they do something to get you to believe that they've apologized, smooth it over, and then you perceivably forgive them, and then you move on. And then there's a honeymoon, and things are pretty chill, and it's it's like, okay, well, maybe it wasn't that bad. Maybe I made it up. And then you start kind of like your brain wants to make sense of things that don't make sense. So it rationalizes, and it reduces the effect that the abuse had on you, like in the forefront of your mind. So you start to like second guess what actually happened. And it's like, well, maybe it didn't really happen that way. You start to blame yourself. And so you don't, this is how abuse happens. Okay. This is what it is. Because of that, people don't leave. They don't think they have a right to, they don't think they can, they don't think they should. All of those reasons are why people don't leave. And then one day you wake up and you realize what's happening, but then it's like, okay, I don't know how to leave. Maybe I know I need to. And I said this, how? Oh, and then there's kids. What about like if you have kids and I don't want my kids to grow up in a broken home. Well, the home is broken. It's already broken. I got to the point where I decided, you know what? I want my kids to know what it's like to feel love, like for their mom to be happy. They were young. My thoughts were, I'm putting them through hell by making them watch me be so distant. I was not me. I was a shell. There was nothing left of me. I was dead inside. I wasn't available. I was emotionally absent. I was not available to them. I couldn't discipline them. I was not a mom. So the home was very, very broken when we were together. So when I woke up, I realized I've got to get my kids out of this so that they don't believe that this is normal or acceptable. I'm teaching them that this is what marriage is like. It's not. That's what woke me up. But for many, many people, they believe that by them staying, they're showing commitment to their kids. They don't want their kids to have to go back and forth from one house to another. It's a little more common now, so it's easier to accept, but for many, many decades, it was not. That was like taboo. If you had kids, you were stuck. Those are some of the reasons why people do not leave. So if this is you, I want you to know that there is help if you need it. I'll put the link in the bio. There's the Domestic Violence Hotline, there is Stand Up Survivor, and a whole ton of other agencies that can help you get out if you need safety and if you need literal support so that it's safe for you to leave. Now, if it is safe for you to leave, I am not the person to help you get out. That's not what I do. I can point you in the direction for people that can help you do that. Now, what I do is I help you once you've been out. I work with people that have been out for at least a year, and you're trying to figure out, okay, how do I restart my life? How do I heal so that I can live a life that I'm thriving in, find myself and be who I know is inside of me, but she's lost. Those are the people that I work with. I help you to learn to regulate your nervous system so that you can operate and function in normal society as a real person and not just a zombie. I work with the nervous system. I work with your mindset. I work with your heart. We work together to build you back up, reclaim your life, reclaim your identity, regulate your nervous system, get you back to the person that you were designed to be. If that sounds like you, if that sounds like something that you're ready for, drop a heart or type Phoenix in the comments, and I will send you the link to apply to my group coaching program, the Regulated and Reclaimed Life, where we work together to build your life back up and create a life that you're thriving in. Let me know in the comments, and I will see you there.